So we're going to look at prime numbers here. Prime numbers are really special numbers. They're numbers that are they're natural numbers, or you could say counting numbers. So they're natural numbers that have exactly two factors. Well, that's two factors including themselves. So we're talking about just natural numbers. So natural numbers, we're just talking about, positive whole numbers or positive integers. So a good example would be like 1, 2, 3, 4, you just go up and count. So that's a natural number, but those aren't all prime numbers. Prime numbers are special numbers. They only have two factors. They have exactly two factors, in fact. So let's go ahead and just start off trying to make a test to figure out how do we know if a number is a prime number. Well, let's just start with the number 1. So I'm going to use factor rainbows here to help me with our test. So the number 1, oops, that's kind of a big one. So the number 1. So let's start a factor rainbow for this. Well, the number 1 only has one factor. So it can't be a prime number. What about the number 2? Does 2 have exactly two factors? Well, 1 times 2 equals 2, and there aren't any other factors, so it does have exactly two factors. So 2 is a prime number. 2 is kind of a special prime number. It's the only even prime number. That's kind of another hint. So before we even do the test, just know that 2 is the only even prime number. So no other even numbers are prime. So let's go with our next odd number. So in this case we have a 3. So let's try 3. So 1 times 3 we know equals 3. Okay, so we know that one's a prime. What about 4? Is 4 a prime number? Well, we have 1 times 4 is a prime. 1 times 4. So those are two factors. And we also know that 2 times itself equals 4. So we know that cannot be a prime number. Let's try our 5. 5. Well, 1 times 5 is 5. Is 2 times 5 anything? No. 3? No. 4? No. So 5 is a prime number because it has exactly two numbers that are its factors. So it has two factors exactly. What about the number 6? So 6. 1 and 6. 2 and 3. Let's see, so we complete our factor rainbow here, and we know that there are more than two factors, so that cannot be a prime. Let's go ahead down here and try the number 7. We know 1 times 7 equals 7. There are no other factors for 7, so 7 is a prime. 8, well, 8's an even number, so let's not even try it. We'll just waste our time, because we know that with even numbers, 2 always is one of the factors, so it can't be. So what about 9? 9's an odd number. Let's try it out. 1 times 9. We know 1 and 9 are factors. Are there any other factors? Yes, there are. 3 times itself is also 9. So 9 is an odd number that cannot be a factor. So don't trick yourself into thinking all odd numbers are factors, because they're not. All odd numbers are primes, because they're not. The only numbers that can be primes are the ones that only have two factors, 1 in itself. Let's try the number 11. Well, we know the only factors 11 have are 1 and 11, so 11 is a prime. 13. It's the same thing for 13. 13 only has two factors, 1 in itself. What about 15? 15. 1 and 15. Does 15 have anything? Oh yeah, it does. 3 and 5. So that's way too many factors, so that cannot be a prime number. So remember, a prime number has has exactly two factors. Any more or any less, and it's not a prime number.